Hey everybody, it's me, Joe DeGanzik, and you'll notice this episode does not have any opening or closing graphics or music or themes or anything like that. This is what I'm calling a special Q&A. It's special because it doesn't have anything to do with lighting or home automation or anything. There's been a couple of questions and comments, actually more than a couple, over the past year or so that come into the comments and to the email and whatever. And I thought I would address them. Some people might say, well, you're just feeding the trolls who are putting negative stuff on your channel. But I wanted to actually just explain this because it's come up again and again. I've thought about it and I thought it's not a secret. Most of my friends know this stuff. And most of you will never probably watch this video. It's not going to be as popular as, say, a Nest thermostat or something like that. But for those of you who are actually watching it, then you can figure it out. There's been a number of questions and comments as to my appearance and really relating to my eyes and why they may look strange or whatever. So I want to cover two quick things, one of which roughly, it was a little more than a year ago, there were a few episodes that were recorded that I looked like some sort of bionic cyborg or something like that because one of my eyes was red, specifically this one. Let's try to make a long story short, and as you know on this series I can go on and on and on about topics. So I had some eye surgeries done in April and May of last year, and honestly I was planning to actually record the episodes before the eye surgeries because I knew that the eyes were going to be recovering and they wouldn't look great. So at the end of the day what happened was job and personal life just happened to be stressful and busy for the first few months of the year. And I didn't get the episodes done, and the show must go on, as many of you know. When content doesn't come out, you either lose viewers or people wonder what's going on. So I said to myself, well, we're just going to have to create episodes and apologize for it later. So that is what happened. You're going to wonder what the eye surgeries were, and basically one eye healed slower than the other. That's why I had to shoot a few episodes where the eye was red and it was recovering. What was the surgery? If you're curious, it was a second half of cataract surgeries. Long story short there, I was born with cataracts, which is super, super rare. Most people get them when they're older. A cataract is basically your natural lens in your eye getting cloudy. You can't see as well, and the surgery normally involves they take your lens out, they put a new one in, and you're done. When you're a kid, it's a little more complicated, and when I was a kid, they hadn't perfected the surgery to actually to do cataract surgery. And as a kid, they weren't going to put a new lens in my eyes because I was still growing. So at the end of the day, the surgery was a little bit delayed until I was like 7 or 8. And when the technology was perfected, they took the cataract out. And then I didn't have a lens in my eye for a long time. It became an adult decision to have the surgery done to put the lens back in. And I didn't like the fact of being awake for a surgery and having people operating on your eyes. And that wasn't very a pleasant thought. But it was okay. I made it through it and it was done. Growing up was not great. I finally got contacts that could correct for the not having a lens, which basically made everything blurry. But before the contacts, which was in high school, I had to wear these things. So, like, goodness gracious, and I'll put these on for your reference for 2 seconds. Yeah, that's what I looked like for a good part of growing up. Not fun. And you can imagine all the getting picked on and all that stuff. So, anyways, luckily now I have great vision and I have lenses, artificial lenses in both eyes. I'm good to go for what they tell me the rest of my life, and that is perfect. And if I wanted to make it completely perfect, I could make it like LASIK or whatever, but I have great vision at this point. So that's question A, or answer A, in terms of people were like, why is your eye red and all this stuff. So anyways, it was done. If you're in the Arizona area and you need any type of eye work done in terms of surgeries, I highly recommend Barnett Delaney Perkins Eye Center there. Very, very they've been around a very long time, and they do excellent work, and it was really fantastic, all their people there. So the question is, why did I have that done? And, well, anyways, I'll get to that a little bit later. The other question is, a lot of people just wonder, what's wrong with your eyes or something? Aside from being a cyborg in a few episodes, what's wrong with your eyes? So on top of cataracts, I have a bit of crossed eye, strabismus, lazy eye, whatever you want to term it. It's probably a combination of a few things. And it was never corrected as a kid because they already had to correct the cataract thing, and then as an adult it's a bit more dangerous and you may not get your binocular vision back, which is when both eyes look straight ahead and track left and right correctly. So anyways, the deal is that most people will notice it if I look around the room or something like that, or if I change eyes. And you're wondering, change eyes? That's very strange. So I have the unique ability, it's a feature, maybe it's a bug too, to switch eyes consciously. Most people, I say most people, have the ability of looking at kind of one unified image, or they don't have to change eyes. They just see an image. They see the world in 3D or stereoscopic vision or binocular vision. 3D movies work well for most people. But anyways, they don't for me, and I see a little bit differently. So I can consciously switch eyes, and that's what happens when I look around the room, and you may notice that the eyes don't track correctly. If I look and I change eyes, things really go weird. So I normally look at the camera with this eye, which is actually the weaker eye, but if I use it, it's strong and it tracks with the other eye as well. If I consciously switch eyes to this eye, you see that this one turns in, and that's the sort of lazy eye, strabismus, whatever you want to call it. So I can like consciously switch eyes. It's kind of like a weird thing. How I see is basically, it's almost like looking at two different monitors, and you can only focus on one at a time, but you see a little bit of the other one. It's hard to explain, and most people don't get it, but I get it, works for me, and I'm able to do all the normal things that most people do in their life, so without a problem. So there's the explanation for everyone who wanted. So all the people who are wondering can now just stop commenting, unless you just want to say, hey, thanks a lot, but please don't continue posting negative comments. It's really not helpful to the channel or to the videos. So there you have that. So if you made it through that portion of the explanation, so the other thing is Lighting Answers is turning 2 on April 13th of this year, and it's going to be big. We're going to make a change, nothing bad at all. It's going to be really amazing, actually. So we're going to have the biggest change, the coolest stuff happening in April that's ever happened to the channel, and it's going to be really amazing. So I hope you're there, and we'll have some great announcements surrounding that coming up on April 13th. Thank goodness the anniversary wasn't on April Fool's Day. It is around tax time, so maybe people will be focused on doing taxes and not watching videos. But anyways, so look forward to that stuff. The other thing was getting these surgeries done last year was sort of the precursor to me leaving a career and a job. So I now do, and I haven't talked much about this because I don't do a lot of these personal episodes, I now focus on lighting answers and lighting and home automation in this channel for most of my time, in terms of this is mostly my full-time job, and as with many other YouTubers and freelancers, we do a few other things to make ends meet and pay the bills. So that being said, it is Valentine's Day, and I have to say that I love you guys. All the dedicated fans, probably the ones who are watching this video, not just people who came in from search results or suggested videos. This channel would not be possible, really, and I probably would not have continued if no one watched it, no one subscribed to it. And obviously, yes, I've made some great content, and that shows with all the comments and the thank yous and so forth. And last year was a tremendous year of growth. This year is going to be amazing as well. We've just brought the Q&A episodes back, so now the interaction is going to go up, and I really love interacting with you guys. So knowing that this is nearly my full-time job, you probably think, well, he makes a ton of money on those AdSense, those ads and all that stuff. Well, YouTubers a lot of times make a small amount of money, but not enough to pay their bills. And we make it up in a number of different ways. One of those ways is if you really like the content, like if you really like the shows, and I hate to use the old cliche of if I only had $1 for every subscriber. We have over 3,000 subscribers to the channel right now. And I'll tell you, if I had $1 for every subscriber every month, that would be amazing, right? So my question to you is, how much do you love Lighting Answers, and how much do you love the content, and is it worth more than just watching it for free? I can do a lot more. We can bring more faces onto the show. We can do a lot more with the show in the coming months if we have, or I have, a little more revenue coming in to make additional investments and upgrades and so forth. And it'll show you that your direct sort of donation and supporting patronage is the word I'm looking for. This is such a unedited show. But anyways, I would absolutely love it if you felt that this content was worth even $1 a month. As silly as that sounds, do you have $1, like 99 cents? And I hate to sort of, I'm not begging and pleading here, but it literally is. Do you think this is worth $1 to you? $2, $3, $4, $5, whatever. You can go to our Patreon page. The link is up there in that corner where I'm pointing to, some fake magical corner. There's a button up there to go to Patreon, and you can basically contribute to the show monthly. And Patreon is a platform that tons of people are using to for their fans to directly donate to their show and to them to make great content. And that's what I love doing. Like when I get the emails and the comments, like, I learned so much from you, I love your channel, you should have more subscribers. You know, I get up in the morning and I read those and I'm like, this is awesome. I'm going to make some great content. And making great content takes time. It takes a lot of time to write and research, get these products, think about what I'm going to say, and then put it all together into some sort of concise video and put it up there. And in addition, to attempt to write some meaningful and insightful articles on the lightinganswers.tv website, which you should also check out now and again as well. So there's that. If you love us, please contribute via Patreon. I can't say anything else than that. We've also got Amazon links that are affiliate links, and every time you go to Amazon using that link, even at that point in the future, we make a couple cents or $1 or $2, and that really helps. It all helps it out and allows Lighting Answers and this channel and me and all this great content to grow for you guys. So that's it. I hope that answered a few questions, and I'm really looking forward to April. I can't tell you because it's like a secret right now, but it is really going to be totally amazing, and it's going to take this channel to where we have never gone before. Wow, that's like a Star Trek line. All right, that's it. I'm Joe Ganzik, and thanks for watching, everyone, and I will definitely see you next time.